not the voice of reason. It's the cross I was chosen to bear. This is not the voice of reason.
Most people in the last few years have really struggled, like especially the labels, and you know, the industry has changed so much. It's changing all the time still, and it's becoming ever hard for labels to be competitive.
Sure.
I think when it's so easy for people to communicate directly with their fans, a label, it's very hard for them to match what you can do yourself,
Yeah.
just with the goodwill of of your fan base. And so I think more and more people are going down that route of cutting out all the middlemen and just asking their fans, if you want to hear this record, we need your help. Will you be involved? And in return, you get all these other, goodies.
Yeah.
It's called pledge music. So it's a more satisfying model than a lot of the other ones which are out there, just because the people who give you the money do get something in return for it.
Right.
Like a lot of these things where they're offering, say, shares in the record,
Yeah,
relies on a record making money, which that sort of level of record probably won't make very much money. Whereas this way, they actually know what they're getting. They give you the money for that, which is hopefully a fair price for it anyway. But yeah, we after writing the last album about history, historical figures, such like, we wanted to look towards the future and see what that held for us in a similar kind of bleak way. It's not preachy, but
No.
it's aware, and it's aware of the problems that we're heading towards on an environmental level without telling people what to think.
We have no visualist, projectionist person. That was all done by Ashley, whose role in the band was doing visuals and playing the cornet.
Yeah.
And he left in 2008.
Yeah.
And so we were left without a visualist.
It takes away from perhaps one aspect of the show, but it also makes people concentrate on the music, which is what we're doing because we're a band. And it's nice not to have that distraction. I mean, it was good in certain circumstances. In particular, it was a very good thing to have the visuals, but it does distract from the music to an extent. And it was great at the time, but I don't think that it's something that is essential to the being of iLiKETRAiNS.
Yes, the song is about sort of population control and population growth, sort of from the sort of narrow perspective of a boy's relationship with his father. And so we commissioned the video with basically that in mind. So it was all filmed up in Yorkshire. And it just tells the story of a boy dealing with the loss of his father, but it's sort of alluding to the greater problems we face as a global society of population pressure. We like to encourage sort of debate and thought.
Yeah.
We're not one of those bands that's going to sing songs about being dumped by your girlfriend and hanging out at the chippy. That's just not. We're not one of those bands.
But
So.
it's got a nice tune that you can just pop along to if you don't fancy listening to the lyrics anyway.
Put on this earth to achieve. It showed